Good morning, Billy the Bake here with today's daily reflection for February 3rd. It comes from page 47 of the big book, and I think they called it, let me take a look. It is Filling the Void. That was the name of it. Let me dig the book out here. I'll look down there where I've got the book. It says, we needed to ask ourselves but one short question. Do I now believe, or am I even willing to believe, that there is a power greater than myself? As soon as a man can say that he does believe or is willing to believe, we emphatically assure him that he is on his way. All right. You know, I don't know in meetings if you've heard people refer to the ninth step promises as the promises. And I've heard that used a lot. It's been my contention for quite some time that there is if you hear any strange noises, I have a cat that has just decided to come up onto my lap. But since this is take 11, I think we're just gonna roll with it regardless. Anyway, promises. Um, People will say the promises. It's been my belief that just about every page of the first 164, in fact, I would say every page, with the possible exception of some pages in Bill's story, because those are a case history and not the actual program, but with the exception of Bill's story, that each page has one or more promises either expressly stated, saying, that says, if you do this, you will get that, or that it will be implied in there. And I think this is a great one because if you're one of the folks like me who came in and maybe didn't have a spiritual upbringing or was carrying a lot of story about spiritual terms, you'd had an experience that hadn't worked satisfactorily for you, this is a huge promise that if you are willing to believe, just the willingness to believe, and of course the implication here that I'm willing to believe and act accordingly, follow directions, that I can get cracking, that I can make a start. There's a caveat to this, and that's that if you are inclined, as I have been for so many years, towards agnosticism or atheism, then I would say don't fall into the trap that I did for an embarrassingly long time, which was to just kind of shine the whole thing on, say, I'm willing to believe, so therefore I'm good to go. Because this is a program of spiritual development and spiritual seeking and spiritual work, and sitting and stagnating at one point isn't, it's not necessarily really following the directions. So don't do what I did there. Do what I say, not what I did. Or, hey man, you do you. You can do what I did and get what I got, but I'm going to tell you, excuse me, cat, I'm trying to film. You can do what I did, you'll get what I got, and you probably won't like it any better than I did. Anyhow, this cat is harassing me, so I'm going to have to cut this one short, probably for the benefit of all who would watch this. Wherever you are, whatever you're up to, I hope you are safe, well, and happy. And until next time, I will see you either out on the road or somewhere else.